You know what time it is. Welcome back to the Fox City Police Department for Nightmare Zone, Season 4, Episode 4. Got one shout out. Might have had more, but I forgot. But I did write this one down to Bazinga FX, and he is a long-time watcher. Apparently he's seen all of the State of Decay 2 videos, and there are a ton of them. I would know since I made them all. So obviously huge thanks for such a long time viewer. Definitely worth pointing out people who have the patience to watch so many videos. So today we are going to continue on. I think we managed to catch up with the quests, so we should be able to go do more independent objectives. One of the things we really need is a 5th community member so we can actually move into the police station proper. So hopefully we will get someone. Maybe I will close a base down, because I can always get a 6th person and then like kick somebody out, try to thin the population of survivors down to something that isn't too noisy, but at the same time something that has like useful skills. Because I don't like having a large population of people with... Oh no! Okay, we're back, and apparently I clicked the record button, but I must have just not quite made contact with it. So what we just did was, we started at our home, and I switched from Ciula, or Seraphine, to this character, and I did that because she's the only one whose standing hasn't reached the maximum. And so we drove from there all the way over here, everything uneventful. All that happened was we did get a new quest generated, which is the Builder, Pillage, and Plunder quest, which I, on the way, said, I want to complete a personal objective. I just kind of want to get here and do some scouting before I go back to doing some quests.
I think we can get that baby up and on the road.
What kind of vehicle is that? A road racer? Not a survey car.
Okay, nothing more to see here.
We didn't see a whole lot here. This is an industrial district. Part of the reason we came here is because we're kind of looking for parts still. But the Pillage and Plunder quest might provide us some materials, if I recall. Cardio maxed out. Let me make sure that I'm recording. Okay, good. We actually are recording. Backpacking and Powerhouse. I think I'm gonna go with Powerhouse this time. I do like backpacking, but I'm gonna give Powerhouse a shot again. Theoretically, it should allow me to deal with some of those ferals more easily. If you've never used Powerhouse before, if you can get a clean dropkick on a feral, it will stun them in one hit. Not useful against a trio of ferals, since they will typically attack so aggressively that you won't be able to get through the execution sequence, but we do fight ferals one-on-one periodically. And even when we fight them 3-on-1, we often fight them back at the base, and it's not uncommon for us to be... Did I go past that thing? Yes, I did. Went quite a bit past it, too. But yeah, I'm thinking that if we can get the dropkick on these ferals, it will improve our efficiency against them quite a bit. Do both of these have materials? Materials, materials, question mark.
Dear God, I'm tired.
So while I was recording, I was answering questions from the community, and I don't know if I was recording during it or not, so I'll just start over again. Hopefully, I'm not repeating myself. So one of the questions we had in the community was, what am I expecting from the rewards? And the answer is I'm not expecting a whole lot. I actually have negative expectations for helping people in terms of what rewards I'm going to get. I'm mainly doing it because when I first started, I remember a lot of people saying like, oh, why don't you ever do quests? Why don't you ever do quests? And I figured that since we had the Warlord playthrough where I was supposed to be kind of like a bad guy, which honestly is kind of like my default state, let's be honest here. And then I decided, well, with the police officer, let's go ahead and be a good guy. There was someone who said I could be like a crooked police officer, but, in the end, I'd still be just basically the Warlord. And, we do want to have a little bit of variety going on. Another reason is because
that's what I like.
Sometimes I am mistaken in my expectation. Like, I don't anticipate that doing quests is going to be very helpful, but I could be wrong, and I don't know if I'm wrong until I try it.
This will slow me down.
That's another reason why we are going to be good guys. Repair van, I think we looted that up. Pump station could have some parts. Check that before. Let's refuel, actually. Typically speaking, in any type of RPG, I tend to not like to play as a good guy, and that's because I never enjoy the presentation of the stereotypical good guy. It's not that I am a kind of person who's gonna, like, celebrate evil doing, but rather, I just cannot stand the stereotypical, like, Boy Scout do-gooder. Which is why one franchise I enjoy quite a bit is Warhammer 40,000, which is a world where the good guys could be viewed as the bad guys in a different story universe, because the good guys are like, they're hardcore in the Warhammer 40k universe, and that's one thing. I have I suppose, a pragmatic personality, or a utilitarian personality, and as a result, I typically find it kind of cute to be a good guy. It's amusing. I know our viewer Stalin, for example, he enjoys playing Mass Effect. And so to say, I would definitely be a renegade shepherd, but more than that, I wouldn't consider a renegade shepherd evil or even bad necessarily.
I found the perfect outpost. Of carrying this already.
Another question we got was actually on the Facebook page. If you don't know, I do have a Facebook and a Twitter, same name as my YouTube channel, and he asked what I think about some of the new rumors coming out about State of Decay 2. There was some leaked imagery. We don't know if they're true or not, because they are, they are leaks. They could be true, but they also might not be true. And the leaks included a number of facilities for Return to Trumbull County, a potential name for Return to Trumbull County, which is the Heartland. As you know, we have the more common names that we use, like Drucker County, Mare Valley, etc., but they do have nicknames. For example, Mare Valley is known as the Valley, Drucker County is known as the Plateau, Cascade Hills is known as the Foothills, so it's possible that Trumbull Valley will be known as the Heartland, which is also what some people are theorizing the DLC will be called. I believe the DLC will just be called Return to Trumbull County.
Gotta kill that screamer!
Where? Oh, right in front of me. See if the other bolt is
A
recoverable.
bloater.
Where? Oh. Anyways, the most important part about the reveal was there was a certain item that got leaked called a blood plague grenade, and that caused a stir because people were like, what would be the point of plaguing NPCs? It seems like it would be a PvP item, and so that's caused this big old stir of like, oh my god, will Return to Trumbull County include PvP gameplay? And I seriously doubt that it will include PvP gameplay. And I think that because Undead Labs has answered that question numerous times, and they have said that like they just don't really, they're just not really believers in State of Decay having PvP in it. You know, there is a saying that with time all things are possible, so they could add PvP just because they chose to, but I am quite doubtful of it. I don't believe that there will be PvP. And I believe the reason for that is because the game is just not balanced for PvP. It's just not intended. It was clearly not intended to be a PvP game from the ground up. Let's go ahead and repair this because I believe this mission can have some pretty intense combat. We also are likely to cause a lot of noise, and I believe a feral will probably be attracted by the noise, possibly even a juggernaut. Which is why I brought these fuel bombs.
You, but we've got a few too many infestations around here.
What if I should maybe I should instead bring one of these, because that would kill any feral. Because like I'm mainly worried about, like, I don't care if that gearhead guy was killed by like a bunch of zombies, including a feral, but I don't want my own characters to be slain by a feral, so let's go ahead and bring both of these. And by both of these, I mean I'm gonna bring 2 guns.
So you don't know me, but I got an offer I'd like to propose. Can we meet up?
I should probably also switch to the hard painkillers if they're available. They are not. Let's use a crummy painkiller just to refill that smidgen of health. Ideally, I'd like to complete this quietly, but in the event that is not possible, we will naturally go loud. Because if we get into a fight with like something like a juggernaut or something, we'll probably have to withdraw and find different equipment to deal with it. And if we fight a feral, it's just going to be really noisy anyways, so I don't think it'll be a problem to use a noisy weapon. Where is this? Right over here. So, going back to the subject of the blood plague grenade, everyone is thinking about it from the perspective of the blood plague grenade being something you would use against a human, and I think a few things. One, it could just be a naming placeholder. It could also just not be true. It could be, you know, incorrect leak. But it also, maybe it isn't something you use against humans. Maybe it's something you actually use against zombies. Maybe you can throw it at zombies to transform them into blood plague zombies. And you might say, why would you want that? Well, it could allow you to farm blood plague samples if you did something like an extremely... Of course. Of course. Of course. Get a bloater pop in.
Hey, I'm really sorry.
Okay. He's just howling, but he doesn't actually hear us. So, going back to what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, the grenade could be something that you actually use against zombies. and turn them into blood plague zombies, and perhaps you would want to do that because you could farm them for plague samples, which would actually be pretty, especially if you had a zombie farming setup for samples, specifically having somebody with a crossbow and someone with pathology. Because if you have pathology and a crossbow, you are capable of a very high drop rate.
Plenty here.
Looks like I threw too short. Oh, actually, no. Looks like our ally doesn't want to be
worried about infestations for a bit.
Good thing we were able to destroy that infestation efficiently, because our ally just... Like, this is what... Like, people ask me, why don't I bring people with me? Because they're stupid. Like, they're stupid. And you know, like, yeah, I know this is a special case scenario, but I'll tell you what, the game can create its special case scenarios.
Nobody else is home.
What is that noise? Oh, I think it's a body part that's... Really? This is making noise. You need to stop. Where did that go? He was inside the building?
Kill it. For real.
Still care, my ally can deal with it. Oh my god! Stop! Stop banging on the door! Like, their dead bodies are banging on the door and drawing more enemies. Oh my god, it's so annoying.
Not bad. Not bad. Great. Merry Christmas to me. Done. What else you got?
Unfortunately, it sounds like my headset is getting a bit janky. One thing I believe is that headsets are designed with planned obsolescence in mind. If you haven't heard of that term, planned obsolescence, it's the idea that you create a product with intentional flaws such that it will break down after a given period of time that you intentionally designed it to be that way, so that you would then have to purchase a new one.
I have a bloater in sight.
And, no, that's not, like, conspiracy stuff. It's actually legal in the United States, too. In some countries, planned obsolescence is illegal. What is happening? Is this place, like, haunted? Like, where did that... What is happening here? Like, that enemies are just spawning in. Like, we've got, like, a screamer who came out of nowhere. The bloater looked like he came from inside the building, even though there was clearly nothing there. Is this game haunted right now? That's two things so far. Like, I think that's gonna be the name of this episode. Like, I don't trust the visual cue. Like, the gas is gone visually, but I'm gonna give it a few more seconds because the game is, like, janky and BS at times.
Now that's heavy. Seriously? That's just...
Wow, that's a lot of stuff.
That's all I got.
Hey, but the game can be janky in that if it's gonna give me stuff like this. Must be a horde nearby, because I hear them. I should give one to her, and then we can carry them both out simultaneously. One of the viewers, it's going to be someone who's going to say, I thought you said these quests wouldn't be worthwhile. So we're one for what, like 3? Well, not even 3, like one for like 5, like, or I don't know how many quests we've done. We're one for many. I'm gonna crouch because I can't see him and I don't feel like fighting even more of them, especially in heavy carry. Heavy carry with a rebar blade, which is already not the easiest weapon to use. Need the rucksack. Let's put the heaviest thing in there. Still not enough, so we'll carry it. Originally, I wanted to destroy one of those infestations while I was here, but this character's injured and we've got cargo, so let's just head back to base.
Screamer here.
Alrighty. Looks like the brewery is actually infested. This is probably where those 3 ferals were.
We're about to have trouble.
Want to make sure we don't run over a bloater while we have ferals after us. That would be a bad situation. So I'm going to go a little off-road just because enemies tend to be on the road.
Having a plague heart move in must really fuck up property values.
Now that the ferals are out of range... Oh, looks like we found more ferals. Oh, looks like this is a dead end. God, right now I'm like superstitious. I feel like the game is kind of after me, so I'm going to drive a little slower. Like we've had too many weird occurrences. It could be coincidence, but I would rather assume that it's not coincidence and play safely rather than wind up at nighttime in some kind of weird situation. If this character died, it would be the worst thing to happen, but you know, like what we've had 1 season without work-related deaths, so let's try to keep up the momentum. I go inside since the zombies are here. Go get the cargo out. Okay, now to see if I have to manually deposit them or if I can do it from my... Okay, good. It does work from there.
Should be a big help. Our community will flourish if we keep making smart choices like this. I never once doubted that would work.
Don't have the manpower to upgrade that. Someone's nearby. Oh, God. I could hear that breathing. I didn't know it was a bloater, though, or I would have turned sooner. What can we build? Or we could just transfer these. This can't be upgraded. This is already maxed. I guess we're just going to transfer these to the wizard van. That is why we bought it. Let's let this character recover from her injury while we're here. Put her on guard duty with, I don't know, shotgun, I guess. Maybe give him a better chance to hit a feral. Unlikely. No other important skills, so it doesn't matter what weapon. Just use the rebar. So who do we use in the meantime? Probably back to Seraphina to try and level her up. Doesn't look like she's happy about being the chosen one. So where did that... Didn't we have like a guy who wanted help? There's no way his quest expired that rapidly. Use the rebar blade. I guess we'll go burn some infestations. Because, like, we're doing pretty good on... What are our resources? Yeah, we're doing really good on resources. We've got plenty of food. Like, what's our food gain per day? We're gaining 5.5 food per day, so that's completely fine. We don't use medicine that quickly, so that's fine. And we could probably even set up a medicine outpost if we wanted to cut the 2 medicine a day loss to 1. We've got plenty of ammo. I mean, we could always use more fuel, but overall I think we're pretty good there, so... I guess we'll go and torch some infestations. Typically, I don't like torching infestations at night, but like I said, there's not a whole lot to do at the moment. We seem to be on top of all the quests. Which one should we burn? How about this one first? Right in the middle of the map. The main thing we're trying to do is get that 5th person. I might wind up claiming one of those people from a community. That'd be the easiest way. Okay, so we're almost there. Probably get out about 75 meters. That's typically the distance I like to get out at. Yeah, probably about... Okay, this one has a fence that we can't get through very easily. Oh yeah, it looks like this part of the fence is missing, so I should be able to... throw. Oh, she stopped, of course. Basically, I just need a good angle to throw. I should be able to get in without being detected. There's the screamer.
Fire in the hole!
They're all attracted to the sound. Got rid of most of them. Throw another one in just because there's still a ton of them there. We got one straggler left. Oh. Oh, I'm gonna kick. We're gonna use the kick.
Now that we've taken out these infestations, our town doesn't feel quite so fucked.
The assault kick. Definitely not my favorite ability, but you never know. Sometimes you just gotta use it. Maybe you find something about it you didn't know. Destroy this one next. I like that it's further away from all those infos. Oh, there's an arrow I missed. Oh, that's right. Seraphina has resourcefulness, so she's able to recover her arrows with great efficiency. What kind of vehicle is that? Norma. Still no luck with the survey car. There might not be one, but we also haven't explored the entire map, so who knows? Let's not get stuck in those rocks. Like a fairly safe area to get out. They're attracted to the vehicle, but not to me. That's why I like the custom markers, and I don't like how the orange markers, the quest markers, they don't give you a distance. Because I actually use the distance to calculate when I should get out, especially at night when I can't judge it by looking at it. Right now, I'm trying to confirm where all those zombie growls are since it's so hard to see. Because I want to hop this fence, but it will take me out of stealth briefly. I think we just got a quest. That's weird that they didn't vocalize it. I mean, like, the dialogue came up in terms of subtitles. Okay, let's throw a distraction about right there. That looks like a blood plague horde. I don't think they're actually a part of the infestation. Make sure none of them accidentally wander towards me.
Getting low on
Okay, that's the end of him.
if you say so.
While we're here, we may as well go talk to the grunts. Mark my vehicle. There's a number of regular zombies here. Stamina back if I can. Good old endurance not having the same level of lethality as swordplay, so it takes more hits on average. Ah, I thought I'd be able to hit him without eating a snack. As you can see, even basic melee combat can attract quite a crowd of zombies.
Last one left.
Let me see how much fuel. Did we bring a fuel tank with us? Yes, we did. Okay, so off we go. There is a bloater.
God, I am so sick of plague zombies.
Looks like we revealed a plague guard. That's convenient. Can't wait for it to be daytime. Can't wait for it to be daytime. Where's the objective? Okay, it's just down this road. Okay, we should be nearly there. Look at all this. Oh, are you joking? There's an entire blood plague horde here. Well, their mission is going to have to wait because that is way too hazardous for our health. That's absolutely unacceptable threat level. And on top of that, that is the type of quest that it doesn't go away. So that is not happening. The hell we need to get back, so let's mark this location here. Because they just now generated a quest for us. Like I said, like this night, it just feels like a very dangerous night. This entire session just feels very hazardous. But one of the most important things is, as long as you're in your vehicle and you don't have bloaters pop in on you, you're good, because you don't have to get out. You can just continue driving along. You don't have to do a mission that looks extremely dangerous.
Hi there.
She sounds optimistic, especially for someone who's about to get ambushed by... Oh my god, I can't see his head. 3 misses, I can't see his head.
A lot of doctors, nurses, and medics during the outbreak. Sadly, it's always the bravest ones who are most at risk during a crisis.
Go see if we can go get some of those arrows back. Who knows where they flew? There's no harm in looking. At least a few cases. Yeah, I guess, you know, they would have hit that wall and we would have seen them by now.
It's locked. Figures. Damn, too loud.
My friend was meeting with a trader but hasn't come back. What does this building have in it? It's unknown, so I don't know, let's just take a quick look at it. We don't really need parts, but... or materials, rather, but let's just take a look.
This one would be any different. Boring.
Those we can sell. They're worth an okay amount of influence. Oh, there was a lot of lootables in this. This is probably one of those question mark buildings, though, where it's a bunch of random garbage.
Hey there. Stop on in for a while.
See if we can sell.
You got something for me?
Sure, sounds good.
Check our fuel. Need to refuel. Got a horde on the radar. Next thing I want to do is check our destination. Right next to Plague Art. What are you guys doing? Why are you doing this? Oh my god, so much debris on the ground. So how do we get over there? We might have to clear some of those enemies out. Fortunately, I still have distractions and another fuel bomb. Because there's probably going to be all the Blood Plague patrols. Is this the right way? No, it's not. Say, too small of a road. That's one thing that's so annoying about State of Decay 2. It's very difficult to be conversational, because, like, I know that I sound very bland and monotone when I'm really concentrating. I can't be very conversational. It's very difficult. I think that's a bloater. Yes, it is. Let's drive a little... Damn it. There's a lot of enemies here. Just trying to find a place that doesn't have, like, every enemy in the world. The answer is that everywhere we go has, like, a ton of enemies. We'll just have to get out, go stealth. First, I want to secure the vehicle. This will go for a little ways to get our shooting skill up anyways.
Looks like some hungry deadheads are wandering in. Not a problem, just letting you know.
That's an opportunity for what's-her-face to get some faction standing. Okay, how far away is the target? Not that far away, so first let's get this screamer. How much ammo do I have? Okay, I got plenty of ammo. So my goal right now is I want to clean up these zombies and then bring the car in for the getaway, because this is one of those quests where we have to do the whole getaway thing. Fortunately, this is actually a really good character for doing just that, because her ability to recover the bolts efficiently means we can clean up the zombies really well. See how many bolts we're recovering? Definitely a great combo. Definitely worthy to get a character with resourcefulness if you intend to use crossbows extensively. Area is decently clear, and it's also becoming daytime. Let's check this car while we're here. Empty. Okay, because we've cleared out the patrolling hordes in this area, we should be clear to just not have to use stealth, and we can get the car, bring it up, talk to her, go for the dialogue, and then rush her home. Notice, however, that this is our first sample, and we've killed a decent number of blood plague zombies. If this person was resourcefulness and had the trade skill of medicine upgraded into pathology, they would basically be a plague sample farming boss.
God, I am so sick of plague zombies.
Surprise, none of those counted as headshots. Fortunately, all the arrows we pumped into that one guy were mostly recoverable. Oh, he got him. Very good.
Here?
Yo, right here.
Waiting for them to bash through.
I gotta rest a sec. No.
Let's see if any of the...
More company.
None of the arrows that missed were recoverable.
That was nothing. Right?
Lot of zombies out here. We might be in for a siege. Hey, you got a minute?
What the fuck was that?
Okay, let's get out of here.
Yo, zombies are piling up out here. Things are not looking good.
I can't remember where he needs to get in. Thank you. I don't remember where the goal is, so we'll just follow the main objective marker. So what they want you to do in that quest is use the scent block to escape more easily, but honestly, if you have your getaway vehicle in position, you can just save the scent block, which is much more useful, repurposed for a attack run against plague arts. That sounds like a blood plague juggernaut. Fortunately, it looks like the main objective is far away enough that it will not chase us there. We do have a horde there, though. Let's go the long way around this railing. See what kind of horde it is, in case it's not a blood plague horde. That would be a problem. It is a bloater horde.
That zombie's coming our way.
Get back in the vehicle. Oh, good. He tried to be sneaky. He tried to use a little bit of stealth. Didn't pay off, though. We saw it. Make sure we don't run through it, though. And we finally rescued this guy. Well, what good guys we are. We rescued this guy even though he's in a really annoying area. We're just such swell guys.
Thank you. Seriously.
I'll take the scent block. So all these quests have reappeared. We got the zombie siege, and then we got another dumb action hero quest.
Hang in there, everyone. We're gonna get through this.
As you can see, it's going to be very hard to actually make progress in the primary objectives, which is to destroy all of the plague arts and whatnot, just because the game has no problem generating a ton of quests. most of them stupid, pointless quests that there are no reason to do, but that's the name of the game here. We are going to help people. We are doing it the Rousey method. Not the Fox-approved method, I'm more the Susie method. But we are stuck doing it the Rousey method. And like I said, even though I don't predict this to work out pretty well, I think that this is just going to be a huge detour, basically. I could be wrong. We might actually... Okay, we did have that one quest that gave us 4 rucksacks of materials. That one was actually decent. It was more than... That one was great. That was great. Like, a quest that gives you 4 rucksacks of materials, that's awesome. I'll give the credit where the credit's due.
I've fought tougher
Damn.
than that.
We lost the 3 ammo, but not that big of a deal. We have plenty of ammo.
Yo, I'm back and alive. What's good? What's up, tough guy?
Put all this crap away. Switch to guard duty. And let's bring out Magellan. Magellan.
Hey,
I think it's Magellan.
zombies, come out to play.
Are we sure about this plan?
I'm already starting to dislike this character. Travel to a place that's full of zombies. That means it's probably an infestation, if I recall, so... Make sure we go equipped. This will probably be the final mission as well, because we are running out of time. What's the fuel looking like? 50% should be enough for that. Let's get the vehicle repaired, though. Okay, let's see. It's actually not that far away. But yeah, I don't think that I don't think we're gonna have PvP in the... I would be very surprised if there was PvP, because, as I said, I don't think this game was designed from the perspective of ever having PvP. Like, the balancing, like, the way the damage would be designed against human players, I think it'd be very bizarre. So I think that that Blood Plague grenade leak is either not true, or the name is a placeholder, or I think that it probably will be something that you don't actually use against players. You might actually use it to plague zombies.
Time for me to get to work.
Either way, it will be interesting, and I know people are getting very antsy about a major content expansion. But if the leak is true, then the content expansion is liable to be
Fuck me, a
the
screamer.
biggest DLC that they've ever done. Let's just get all the zombies together. In State of Decay 1, the Lifeline DLC was really good, so they do have a bit to live up to. Let's try to get it with a Molotov if we can spare it. A little short. Although they kind of, they're wandering into it a bit. That time I was too long. But they are panicking and spreading the fire to each other. Somehow that zombie didn't hear it. As I say, Lifeline, that was a very good DLC. That was top-notch stuff. So they do have a lot to live up to. And Daybreak does not live up to either of the DLCs from State of Decay 1, that being the Breakdown, which is more equivalent to the Nightmare Zone update. And I would say that the Nightmare Zone update didn't actually add any, like, new items or anything. Kill the zombies at the fruit stand heroically. What zombies? I do not see any zombies near unless I already killed them on accident. And I may have borked the quest. Yeah, I was hoping that these guys would actually be considered that. Let's get out of stealth and double check the area. We might get medicine from this, so let me just loot this real quick. I hope I did not... Oh, wait. Looks like there was somebody hiding.
I'd gloat, but it's a waste of breath.
Your stupid risks are gonna get people hurt.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Okay, we've cleaned up the quest log quite a bit. As I said, that will stay in the quest log forever, so I'm not in a hurry to do that one, especially when they have the full-sized Blood Plague Juggernaut Horde present. Definitely. As nice of a guy as Rouse is, I think even he would know his limits for what can and cannot be done. But we will help them in time. We will not abandon them. We are a bunch of freaking goody two-shoes in this playthrough. Hopefully, when we calm things down a bit, like right now, hopefully if they stop generating quests, I'll be able to go purge a few plague hearts. You know, one thing I'm kind of disappointed with is we've done a decent number of quests, and we've only been able to invite one guy. I think we're just going to continue using this character next time we play, so let's just let Ladislaw close out the episode. Closing out right as day is, this is basically like 9 a.m. basically. So, that was the end of this episode. You know, I had that mistake I made where I wasn't hitting the record button, but otherwise, you know, we got back on track. We did some quests. One of the quests was actually very lucrative. We got 4 rucksacks of materials. It was somewhere in this area. I think it was right here at the equipment shed. We burned out a few infestations. We had a few quests that could have been a lot harder if not for a little bit of patience involved in thinning them out. We only have this one infestation. It's starting to grow. Got 2 screamers in it, but that's not too big of a deal. We can deal with that in time. We've also revealed a decent number of plague hearts. We got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 located, and I think we've destroyed 1 so far, so we've got confirmation on 12 of them. And there's usually about 16 to 18, and obviously there's... If there was 1 or 2 more here, that'd be amazing. There'd be like a group of 5 right there. But that's definitely going to be one of our objectives, is we'll probably destroy these 2 right here next time it's convenient, because let's see how many scent blocks we're just sitting on. Yeah, we've got a ton of scent blocks. The main limiting factor is fuel, because we actually use a decent bit of fuel driving around and helping people, but we can always use this ability right here, the find resources. We can just use this over and over and over again to try and find some fuel. But, I mean, really, in the end, this episode is mainly about seeing what happens, and also just kind of for the amusement of playing in a different manner. And I do definitely get into a lot more trouble in this, so some of the episodes are certainly more amusing. The heckling has somewhat ended. This was more like the haunting than the heckling. Like, the zombies weren't giving me too much of a problem, but... Oh my, a network quest. We can't do it, though. We gotta do it when we come back. That's the end of this episode. Like this video if it was entertaining. Subscribe for future State of Decay 2 content. Of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.